To start the episode, we have a international management offer from Slovenia that will be rejected for the time being. And with that, we'll now be getting into the first match of the episode. Before we get into the first match episode, just a quick announcement, or a message, I should say. The senior physiotherapist sent us bad news, and it had to do with Messi being out for about 5 days, just before we have to play against Manchester City. So it's a bummer, but it could have been worse, honestly. In the last game, he was playing injured for the majority of the match and still managed to score towards the end, which I find to be quite impressive. Nonetheless, now we get into the first game of the episode. For the first match of the episode, we have a Champions Cup game against Manchester City at the Camp Nou. This is the first leg of our quarterfinal match against Man City. As you see some of the results on your screen. Here is our starting 11 as we will be going out without. As we will be playing this match without Leo Messi, who's out injured, with Neymar taking his place for this match. For Manchester City, this is their starting 11. There's plenty of just world-class players in their side. Players to watch are Sergio Aguero alongside Yaya Toure in the midfield. Valetta now forward to Eliakim Mangala as the ball is played forward to Mesut Ozil. Ozil finds Aguero as it's Iniesta ahead. Neymar looking to combine with Rafinha as he plays the ball forward. Rafinha a little on the slow side as he just does enough to hold the play, finding Iniesta in the midfield. It's Neymar who turns away from the defense. He's looking to cut inside and make it 1-0. Neymar with the first. The ball played into the box. It's cleared away by Mathieu to the head as Neymar brings the ball down. Get away from this Manchester City defense. He's too quick for their defenders as he's through on goal. Joe Hart making the save, and Neymar scores on the second try. After 90 minutes of play, this is a 2-0 win against Manchester City in the Champions Cup. The first leg of our quarterfinal against them. As you see the match facts on your screen, it was Neymar Jr. who filled in who took the place of Leo for this match, who was out due to injury, and performed brilliantly as he was the man of the match, receiving the gold ball with 9.0 player rating. Rafinha and Jordi Alba alongside Xavi played okay, as Bravo had a great game. For Manchester City, not too many players that stood out, although Aguero constantly kept attacking. So credit to him for doing so. And with that being said, we now move on. For the second match of the episode, we have the second leg of our Champions Cup quarterfinal match against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. There you see some of the results in the competition up to this point, with the surprise being Liverpool beating PSG. For Manchester City, this is their starting 11. The player to watch, based off the last game, David Silva. Here's our starting 11, as this starting 11 sees the return, or this match sees the return of King Leo. Manchester City have it very difficult, assuming that they don't concede, because they have no. Here is Iniesta early on for Leo Messi, who marks his return there with a goal, as the Manchester City defense left exposed. As it's Toure who could have had a shot there. Nasri receiving the pass. Gerard Piqué coming away with it, as Luis Suarez is now on his horse. Here is Luis Suarez, who could put this tie away. Goal by Suarez. Ahead, as it's El Good. No, now. Forward, as the ball played into the box. A shot taken there by Mesut Ozil, and Manchester City grab one back. Well done by the German. After 90 minutes of play, this a 2-1 win against Manchester City in the second leg of our Champions Cup quarterfinal against them. As you see the match facts on your screen. Leo Messi takes home the golden ball as man of the match with an 8.1 player rating as he played great on his return from injury. Iniesta, Mascherano both had okay games. For Manchester City, it was Ozil coming off the bench who stood out with a 7.4 player rating as he had their only goal throughout 2 legs. And that concludes the second game of the episode as we're moving on to the third and final one. Continuing on, here we have a message from the board, and they've awarded us with prize money. Fortunately enough, we now have about $8 million more to add to the transfer budget as a result of the fact that we now are in the semi-final of the Champions Cup, in the semi-final stage of the Champions Cup competition. And so with that being said, we'll be moving on to the last game of the episode. For the third and final match of the episode, we have a La Liga match against Sevilla at El Libertador. Here's the league table after around 30 rounds of play. For Sevilla, this is their starting 11 player to watch. IMO Carlos Baca. This is our starting 11, as it's mostly made up of second team players in anticipation of our Spanish Cup final match against Real Madrid. As Rafinha plays it in behind for Jordi Alba, who looks to switch play there to Pedro as he does so. The Spaniard, not the biggest, but he manages to get up there to head the ball on. Dani Alves leaving it off for Bartra. As the ball played ahead, here's the Spaniard Pedro leaving off for Ivan Rakitic, who finds Leo Messi, who just leaves it off for Sergio Roberto. All he has to do is finish, and he does. There is a youngster in the 34th. After 90 minutes of play, this a 1-0 win against Sevilla in anticipation of our Spanish Cup semi-final, or Spanish Cup final match, I should say, against Real Madrid. As you see the match facts on your screen, it was a goal scorer who wasn't the man of the match. Actually, it was Ter Stegen, which I fully agree with. Multiple times throughout the match, Ter Stegen was called upon, and he did not fail us at all in any one of those times. So well deserved, as he picks up the golden ball, playing a great match with 8.4 player rating. It was Messi and Sergio Roberto who impressed alongside Bartra. For Sevilla, they just had it tough in this one, although Carico in the defense played okay. And so that concludes this episode. If you liked the video, you can click the like button. If you like enough, you can subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next episode. Peace.